So hi everyone, my name's Lucy Chitty and I head up the shared ownership team at Savills, and I'm delighted to be joined by Faye and Charlotte from the Savills Interiors team. I don't know if you girls want to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your team and what you do.
Yeah, sure. So we're a specialised team within Savills who help clients with refurbishment or window dressings, furnishing needs. We're just sort of here to help sort of personalise your home and get it ready for you.
Great. Well, it's lovely to have you here. And I just wondered if you could just tell me a little bit about what do you think is the best way to make your home feel unique and personal?
Certainly. So Faye and I are both first-time buyers in the past 18 months, and something we've really found key is don't try and do everything when you first move in. Focus on getting the key pieces, sort of sofas, a dining set, your bedroom furniture. But then for the things that make it personal, wait till you've lived there a bit, how you use the space, and then you can start introducing more personalised pieces such as art or cushions, sofa throws, diffusers, maybe little things you've picked up on travels. All those things will start to come together and help it feel more like a home for you.
And talking about sofas, where would you recommend, where's the best place to get those sort of big key items?
Well, actually, part of our department, part of our service is the furnishing side of things, and we actually have access to a lot of furnishing suppliers who can offer really good rates on everything, kind of varying in budget and style. So in terms of sofa and beds as well, they can give fabric samples and drawings, so people can get a really good feel of the colours available and also the textures too. So this is something that we can help with.
Well, that's great to know. So people just contact you via the Savills website?
Yeah, absolutely. And we can give them lots of different options depending on what their budget is.
Great. And next question I've got for you is, what do you think is the most on-trend colour palette this year? And leading on from that, how do you think colours can affect mood or the place, the feel of the place?
Well, I think over the last sort of year or so, we've definitely seen a slight shift away from grey. I'm not saying grey is gone. We've obviously seen that everywhere. It's not gone, but we have seen a bit of a shift towards sort of what are called the new neutrals. So that sort of more creamier tones, sort of nude colours, beiges. They're all sort of coming back and giving you a bit more of a warm feeling. You can sort of add that up with a bit more personality, I think, with sort of, if you've got a really sort of spring, summery sort of feeling and sort of how you like to have your home, pale blues, sort of apricot-y colours, sagey greens, really lovely sort of soft tones to add personality and sort of a bit of vibrance. Alternatively, if you sort of prefer a warmer, sort of cozier feeling, you come home at the end of the day, you want lots of textures, I think emerald greens, rust colours, all of those will make it feel really sort of cozy, inviting. Quite a lot of the time we add art for colour, so you can have sort of really bold piece with lots of colours, make it feel really fresh sort of when you come in. And yeah, I think drawing on things like that, you can really sort of share your personality and make it feel more homely, bit of a mood booster when you come in.
Well, as a person that has a very grey house, I better go home and get my paint pots out and start changing it. Yeah, because I was running out of greys. I have so many greys.
If you like grey though, that's
yeah, I do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's unique to you.
Oh, I have a blue wall. Yes, I have my study's like very blue, very sort of like it must be like a Farrow and Ball blue, but yeah, and when we were doing it, I said to my other half, because it's quite a small room, and I said to him, oh, I want to paint all of the walls blue, and he said, oh no, it'd be too dark, just do one wall. I was like, no, I want it all blue, and it just looks great. Everyone loves it. It's just got such a cozy feel to it.
That's the accent throughout my home, a dark blue.
Yeah. So what would you recommend doing with a spare room, a second bedroom? Would you use it as an office space or a guest room?
So I actually have a 2-bedroom property myself, and the second room is a single room. So that was definitely a consideration when we moved in, kind of, do we use it as an office? Do we use it as a bedroom? And the answer is that you can actually have the best of both worlds. So by incorporating like a sofa bed, which comes in any size, so single, small, double. We have a small double, it fits absolutely fine. And then if a friend does need to stay or something like that, then they can use the bed, and it can get it can go up at the end of the day, and then it still allows space for a desk and an office chair.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And when you've fed up of sitting at your desk, you can just go and sit on the sofa for a bit. And
Yeah, exactly. Have a break and
out.
be over there, and then yeah.
And what's the best way to make a room seem larger or brighter? What's your advice for that?
Well, I think there's quite a few things you can do here. Probably the main thing is using a light colour on the walls. Lighting up the decor can really brighten a space, and also not relying on just the natural light. So not relying on just the window or maybe the one ceiling light you have, but also having a few different sources around the room, maybe some lamps or something like that. Also items with exposed legs, so furniture pieces that actually stand up from the ground, they really give the illusion of an open space. And last but not least, mirrors, so putting these on dark walls really helps bounce light around the room as well.
Great. And do you have any tips about storage space?
Yes, certainly. So with sort of moving into a new property, it's one of the things I think we really considered. I think people look for storage. Is it built in? Are there ways you can add more? One of the ways we've really found to add more storage in our own home is through the use of like a storage bed. So we've got a lift up ottoman bed. And what I do is sort of seasonally, I'll take any sort of winter clothes I'm not going to be using for a couple of months. I'll vacuum pack them and put them under the bed. Stuff I'm not going to need to be getting every day. It frees up the wardrobe space. Also, sort of for smaller storage items, adding shelving, open shelving to display nice bits, sort of coloured books, sort of nice coffee table books, but also the stuff you want hidden away. There's so many pretty sort of storage baskets and boxes out there now that you can put those little bits in, so they're still easy to be at hand, but are sort of hidden away. And you can add that sort of at a high level above a TV or something, or in an alcove. So lots of great ways of adding more storage in your property.
I suppose the key about storage is to keep revisiting it and checking what's in storage, because I think otherwise sometimes you put stuff away. You talk about vacuum bags, great idea, but to actually check once in a while if the stuff that you've put in storage you still need, I think it's really important to do.
Yeah.
So at the moment, a lot of us are working from home full time. And I think it's really important this, how can we keep our work and our home life sort of separated in our homes?
I think, yeah, I completely agree. It's really, really important. And I'd say the most important thing is to have a dedicated workspace. So kind of don't be tempted to lounge around on the bed or the sofa even. Having that actual area that's dedicated to you and your work means that you've got somewhere to actually step away from as well, whether you're having a break or you're finishing up for the day. If you're lucky enough to have a room that you can solely dedicate to a home office, it's definitely worth the investment to get a good desk with some storage, so you can keep things tidy, and also a comfortable, good quality office chair as well. And you can kind of decorate it how you would your own private office. So some artwork that inspires you, some house plants, something that looks really nice and makes you happy to be in, a room to be in. But something that's not too distracting. And then if you don't have a whole room that you can kind of dedicate to a home office, there's also some really good multifunctional options now, such as a pull down desk that you can put up against the wall at the end of the day, and also hybrid console tables where desks actually pull out from.
Yeah, good idea. Better than using your ironing board, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know someone that's actually doing that at the moment, so I'll pass on your advice to him. The next question is, a lot of the apartments, sometimes we see apartments that have very small balconies. How can we maximise space effectively if we've got a situation like that?
I think everyone loves a bit of outside space, and making sure you can get the most from it's really important, whether it's for alfresco dining or for sort of a morning yoga session or a bit of sunbathing. So one thing that's really vital, I think, for that space is probably a folding bistro set. So you can have it out when you want to dine, have your morning breakfast out there, but also fold it away so you can really make the most of that space. Maybe add some sort of hanging plants. There's a lot of things on the market that you can sort of hang over the balcony balustrade if your lease allows. Add a couple of plants in there, some herbs, just to add something fresh and maybe a nice sort of bit of country in an urban environment as well.
People who buy shared ownership homes are first-time buyers and usually have quite a limited budget. So are there any tips of how to stay trendy with a tight budget?
I'd say a good place to start is on a website like YouTube or apps like Instagram or TikTok. They have some amazing DIY videos, and anyone can access these, and anyone can have a go. Pieces with character also quite on trend at the moment, and so is upcycling. So having a look on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, your local charity shop, picking up a gem for not very much money and actually painting it yourself, maybe changing the knobs if it's a chest of drawers, can completely transform an item.
So before you leave us, and thank you so much, that was absolutely really interesting, and just some of the ideas are really give me food for thought, especially the going on social media, and who would have thought that a service like TikTok would help you refurbish your home. So definitely take a look at that. But before I go, I just wanted to ask you, is there anything exciting that you guys are working on at the moment that you want to tell us about?
Yes, certainly. We're working on a new service that we're hoping to roll out in the next month or so about helping people personalise their space in new builds. So with new builds, a lot of them will look the same, and it's how you can make it your own for sort of affordable option, whether that's looking at getting pieces of furniture, artwork, window dressings, but also if you're a bit braver, maybe adding some paint to the walls, a bit of wallpaper, whether it's painting a whole wall or looking at sort of how you can do painting to zone a space. So in an open plan room, could you paint sort of a steel beam to divide the room, or could you add a little corner of the room which you paint it in a colour, and that becomes sort of your designated home office. So really looking at adding that as a service line to make it more affordable for our clients to reach our sort of tailored interior design sort of service.
And it's good because the mood board that you get as part of the service, you can actually use that for any design decision in the future as well. So it's helpful for everything.
Great, some more great ideas there. So I'll be going home and painting a little zone, I think, in the corner of my living room. So thank you so much for joining us today and giving us all those interesting tips.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.